I specifically picked the Night in the Woods soundtrack because I thought that would be more chill. Actually, I can never tell if it's the right if it's the right volume. Maybe that's it. I don't know. I do tend to yap the entire time. Okay. Anyway, this one seems like a little bit more, I don't know, tense. There's a feeling of tension in it. And hello to you, YouTube. How are you today? On an entire new week, I feel like it's been 1,000,000 years. This is a consequence of rearranging my game of streams, isn't it? And yet, I'm actually going to do a road trip this week, so I don't know, there's no ways around it, there's no bones about it. And you found the secret phrase. Well, excellent. You have dibs. You now do have dibs. Not to freak you out or anything, but the last time I did a Meme Monday, and I tried to contact somebody for being the winner, they didn't reply, and I didn't have like a contingency to know what to do if that happens, but now I do. if you have dibs, you're asking if I'm roading the trip or tripping the road. Oh my, a nefarious little face has appeared. Well, I practiced going onto the freeway in the car just this past I don't know, what is Sunday or something? Sunday, I think. Let's put devilish horns on this thing, but let's also put a weird I don't know, kind of a hair. But then if I put the hair too pointy, it looks like an interesting thing happening with the horns, which is not my intention. Am I tripping the road? I hope not. That involves, I don't know, that seems to me to be asphalt in places where it should not be. Alright, let's have a little bit of this, and that could make a silly little body for a silly little individual. And the memes kept expanding over here. I popped in, and then, oh right, dog, butter dog, dog with the butter dog. Yesterday I popped in here and tried for a solid minute to figure out what character this is from, I don't know, properties or perhaps franchises, and then I was like, wait a second, that was me, that's me. There's hi River, there's okay, you're saying should I Undertale or Steven this week? Well, how much time do you have left? Well, some of the people say that there's time for both of them, but I saw the results of your poll on Discord. Undertale won, didn't it? I voted for Steven Universe, not gonna lie, because I wait with bated breath. It's bingeable. I swear it is bingeable. You just cozy up in your little blankets or something, or or acquire your preferred temperature in another way, and then just sort of like binge the entire thing. You're saying also tell me to go to sleep. I only have 1 week as of we speak. Oh my. Well, that's a tense decision. Well, I don't know how it's going to be now that you've also finished Deltarune. However, I mean, Undertale is worth it. Usually that's the consensus. People find it to be worth it. I think Undertale's like 8 hours, Steve is like 50 hours. I can't remember if I spent 8 hours on Undertale. I guess that seems right. Huh. Undertale and Steve. Oh my, oh my. Oh, well, what is it that's happening that is causing YouTube to assign you as the different numbers? Every time I ask, it's still so new. I'm terrified what $4,800 could be about as I explore the meme page of various original versus stone things. You really think I would... Is that me? Is that... I do have very special needs. Mostly attention. Ball collection. Okay. all you can do is start as soon as possible after a sleep naturally. The the topic of running out of time is also on my mind because I joined Art Fight for this year and increased my goal for this year. I've done nothing of it. It's a month-long event. I've done 0 of it, and so this is the opportunity. This is the opportunity to check out people's OCs and see what they may be. Okay, let's have a little bit of. I'm trying to draw a suit. However, I've recently been inspired by some very dynamic poses by what I think is ABC Draws, and so that's also on my mind. There. So that was myself as a ball. I'm welcome. I'm like Speed Racer 2000s version, directed by the Wachowskis. Why are you saying what to do? Undertale, it won, and so that's and it seems to be doable. It seems to be accomplishable. You just like go in on it. Undertale. It's what won the poll. That's why you had the poll. That's what the people want to see. And here's a groove of Night in the Woods while we're at it. Okay, I'm looking up the poses that inspire me. I used to read a lot more webtoons, ordinary webtoons, but these days all I read is straight up yaoi all the time. I should get back into the variety of things more often once again. Something. Okay. This webcomic that was commissioned as an adaptation of one of my favorite how do I describe that? And is it even one of my favorites? Okay, well, it's an adaptation of Fantasy High. There's River saying, did you do the Undertale yet? How many hours? I'm a bad person to ask about Undertale, because what I did when I was obsessed with it, all locked up in the house at age 15 to 16, what I did was watch everyone's playthrough of every possible route, and sometimes the same route multiple times, so I could absorb the emotional reactions more than once. And then I got the theory videos, and then when it was finally my turn to play the game, I got halfway through and then thought, wait, I want to do something else with this run. I want to visit the secret art club that only opens up in October, and then I don't know, I reset it or something, and it's been a while since I opened it up. Maybe 8 hours. Maybe it takes 8 hours. Let's look up. Yeah, I think it could take 8 hours. That seems. It's a short kind of a game. It is shorter. It seems right. It does seem right when I think about it. Okay, I have the web comic on the mind. I started straight up actually purchasing the episodes. Rookie mistake for anything happening within a mobile app. Hey, hello to you, Kai. Because the last thing I feel like I talked to you about was K-pop Demon Hunters. When you appear, that's like instantly on my mind. Although theoretically there's like more things to talk about. There's oh. YouTube has decided to run to the ground. Hello to you, saying hello, my name is Resurrected. A lawyer child. Well, I believe that I'm at an all-time low amount of crimes, and by all-time, I mean perfectly constant, because the amount of crimes I do is 0. Hello, I'm here to make your lawyering jobs most easy, but hello, it can't be all business. What's up with you today? How are you today? There's River deciding on Undertale. See, I'm committing things that are just simply completely advisory, you know? Good choices, recommending that people drink Undertale. That was the first word that came to mind. Play Undertale, consume it in the recommended and legal fashion. Yes, there's, and the winner is resurrected, instantly taking Kai's crown. Oh my gosh, you had it. 2 seconds, what is up? And you're saying, that's good, I wasn't feeling like lawyering today, and I'm great. No, we don't drink Undertale, we consume it in a perfectly reasonable fashion. My goodness, it really got you for 2 seconds. Hello to you, Aisha Love. How are you today? I'm halfway through the month, and okay, I'm finally buckling down about Art Fight. I'm gonna be in here. This isn't anybody's original character, but we've just sort of spawned a homie in right exactly now. So that's something indeed. Oh. This feels like a drama. Or something that I could watch or read. Just sort of, I don't know, being constantly deposed. There's actually forgetting about Art Fight. You were on my mind. If you wanna be on the opposite team, if you would like to be attacking, then I don't know, who am I kidding? I'm gonna do friendly fire as well. But I just remembered that I saw that you hadn't chosen a team yet, and if you wanted to engage in battle, then I also want to engage in battle. There's guys saying, I haven't picked up an Apple Pencil so long I think I've forgotten how to draw. But the last I saw of you, your impeccable skills were quite incredible. Sorry for the timing, Mama. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, a little water. Thank you. Oh my gosh, the strawberries for me. Okay, thank you. Wow, I love you. What's happening, River? What's the news? What's the news on your mind? My mom has handed me what I believe is a sandwich. I'm very happy, and oh my gosh. There's River asking, how does one drinketh the Undertale? I'm now going to be having like more food thoughts than I thought. Oh my gosh, she gave me the sandwich of the breakfast independence. Oh my gosh. Philippines forever, okay? Apparently. There's River asking, can you tell me to go to sleep, please? Okay, let's switch to aggressive mode. Answer the last question, so you got nothing on your mind. Super calm. You drink the Undertale by being liquid yourself, feeling all loosey-goosey, just like somebody who's about to go to sleep. And now, boom, 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 boom. Lights out. You're so sleepy. Yeah. There's asking about the mom reveal. Negotiation asking what's going on. I've obtained a breakfast sandwich, or dietarily perhaps all-day sandwich. Who knows? There's enjoying the Filipino moment breakfast. Thank you for the well wishes. I'm simply delighted. I cannot stop giggling. I'm gonna figure out a way that this, approaches my mouth, because it's a bit crumblier than I may be used to. And okay, and the place where I set my food down last time had this book in it, which is a cool book. At least I'm assuming so. I haven't finished it yet. That's something that has been up with me lately. I have been not finishing a really alarming amount of books. There's I should love saying, I've been low-key having a crisis about enjoying art, and I think Art Fight may help me snap out of it, so I absolutely will do battle. Oh my! Team Crystals, okay. I would do friendly fire for you, I should love, but this delights me. This does delight me. I don't know if Hegpie, who got me into this, I want to say, Don't know if Hegpie is participating this year because homie has seemed a little busy, but I would love to see an individual again. But that's who got me thinking I would be really firing. There's somebody saying, we're all witnesses of how Shara brutally punched a fellow chatter with consent. When somebody asks you to put them to sleep, you're gonna tell me to my face, to my logical face, that is a non-violent action. When somebody says they're gonna put your lights out, that refers to punching. I'm logical. Oh yeah, breakfast sandwich. Woohoo! I'm full of joy and I'm full of sandwich. Oh dear, that's a little bit crummy. That's a little bit crummy. Okay. And there's... You've been watching ASMR of people going to Japan for color analysis? I can see why color analysis. It's because it's like on the body. There's a lot of cloths. However, one time I watched a color analysis video, and somewhere in the middle of it, I thought, this is boring as shit. And so that really does make me think that it's perfect for ASMR, because you do want to like zone out for it, right? You want to like just kind of feel it, right? Because there's like a bunch of people now interested in color analysis ever since it became a thing, but but there's only so many times it can be interesting. The demand, I don't know, to see it, to know about it, is like lower than the demand to do it, and therefore that fits into ASMR perfectly. I want to say, oh my gosh, top hats with a little devil happening. I'm gonna text a heart shape to my mommy. Double appreciation up in here. Double appreciation indeed. Alright, then there's... I should love saying, also, I have new song recommendations because this is one of the best songs I've ever heard in my life, discovered through a random Spotify recommendation, and the artist only has 30k monthly streamers. To share my love of thing, this is quite exciting. I do kind of wish that I were on Spotify, but my family has a different music service with no ads on it, and so that would be a little bit foolish if I went on Spotify just to be able to like plug it into things so I could relate to people, because it plugs into Discord. And then here's an entire story. I downloaded Bumble dating app because my girlfriend has been cheering me on as I try to get us a polycule. But it's so on some level it's so dumb, because like I've been dating my girlfriend, like we transitioned from Tumblr mutual into being girlfriends, and so we never really had to encounter the limits that I have of trying not to freak out my mama. I'm too old for that, but I don't leave the house, and it got so normal for me that I don't think of leaving the house, and this is an unfair family dynamic to pull someone on a dating app into, and I didn't think about that. I didn't know if it was going to be serious or anything. So, hello, my name is Resurrected, saying, hold on, technically the person said that they wanted to be punched, so therefore it doesn't count. Oh, that was close to being suable. Oh, it's a really close call. It's a really close call up in here. In some places, but probably not the places that I'm in and they're in right now, but in some places, other places, you cannot beat someone up even with their consent. I don't know how that works. Okay, the links are being deleted. Okay, things can be sent in the Discord and the Magma, if you so desire. There's something saying, children, you can be in Spotify. I'll write you a rap. And wait, you have an account to listen to music. I might download Spotify. Okay, this is nuts. This is nuts. I might download Spotify and leave it on the artists that I want to represent myself. that I don't mind people knowing about me, and then just sort of like leave that playing on, I don't know, I can get like one of my family members like old phones that they don't use anymore. This seems very, I don't know, posery, very putting on a front kind of thing, but I feel so left out. I feel left out. There's guys saying haven't gotten a commission in a long time. What has happened to me? It feels like it's been a second. There's okay, and you've DM'd the song recommendation. How very exciting. How do I want to access this? Indeed. A gasp of air, you say, wait a second, okay, not to jump to conclusions, terribly much, but I'm detecting like a little bit of sapphic vibes. May I purposefully detect a little bit of sapphic vibes? There's something saying, give Aisha blue powers as she's been here for before I started existed. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that convinces me. I will often forget about something, but if something is not being forgetted about, then I remember it, which is what I'm doing now. Sure, everyone is, did I ever add one of these on the stream before? In any case, we're standardized. We're so standardized. Sometimes I wonder if anyone would say that there's a downside to having all the regulars just be a moderator. But I feel like it's cozy. I feel like that's a cozy vibe. I feel like we're chillin'. There's I should love saying I don't think it's sapphic, but it's definitely about unhealthy relationships. I can dig the drama. I've been sort of digging into what it means that I've, I don't know, been having like still bouts of hating myself while in a relationship. I just like concluded today at like 3 a.m. that it's not fair to anyone that I know. It's like if I hate myself, then is it in a defeatist way? Is it in a unchanging way? Does that mean I'm not gonna better myself? If I bring that to any kind of relationship, it's simply unfair. And there's that I shall love witnessing since the beginning of times. There's hello, my name is Resurrected saying, whoa, so broke, I hate themselves. Like, I feel a little bit supported. You're saying hating on yourself is a crime not even the best lawyer could defend. Oh my, I have to stay out of jail. I have to stay squeaky clean. There's no choice but to just slowly try to build up my mental health. Slowly try to unlearn the habits that I have been into. And additionally, since it's on my mind, find out what the people are doing on Artfight. There's I should love saying, yeah, I've never really tried to get in a relationship because I don't think I'm yet mentally stable enough for it, but someday, right? It's on some degree, I feel glad that I've met my girlfriend, but also she disagrees with me on this to some extent, but I do need to do better by her. You're saying, am I mentally stable? I'm about to find out, I guess. I'm going into a situation that can be like a metric stick, a dipstick. I don't know. I just saw a car get an oil change within this week, so like dipsticks are on the mind. You're saying you're mentally stable. You have many horses in my mind. Me when I'm a brony. Me when I love My Little Pony. Always follow the fan comics, punk it, Fluttershy, forever weed brownie. Me when I'm mind so full of horses, it's a staple. It's easier to be a brony than it is to be mentally stable. Anyway, I'm about to go into a situation Thursday night, if all things go well. About to go into a situation that can be sort of a metric stick about whether I am normal. Date with somebody from the dating app. I don't know. We didn't call it a date. We called it hanging out. And my girlfriend called it, I'm so rooting for you. I hope this goes well. And I I tried to finish the rest of that thought, and I'm so nervous. I think it collapsed inward on itself. There's Aisha Love saying, well, I'm not saying you necessarily need to be mentally stable to have a relationship. My particular brand of instability seems detrimental to relationships. Hey, I mean, it's like a metric for your own personal comfort, what you're comfortable showing to other people, being to other people, on and on. I think it could go either way. I think that somebody should be like you. I think somebody should want to be more mentally stable in a relationship. But I also think that you could just meet somebody that you're really into at any time. What is it, like that that phrase that's like, you keep waiting for the perfect conditions for your life to start, and maybe you just have to start now. It's like, I guess I think of it with this sort of duality. And then there's, okay, what am I looking at? I started drawing a little bit of a suit, and I started wanting to reference things that close on me. Good God, don't close on me. I'm trying to look at what is it? No, I'm trying to find what the artist is for this webcomic, because this artist is also a YouTuber, and so you might have heard of them. Okay, I'm so very excellent at scattering my brain. Let's go for this, let's go for this, let's go for this, and this, and this. I should love saying I could not. I'm fairly certain I'm either dimmy or gray romantic. All about what one's comfort level is, right? There's like he's saying, Bajaro, the perfect conditions will arrive soon. I can feel it. I just have to wait a little more. Well, however you decide to go, both of you saying stuff in general, in entirety, in actuality. I hope that many people who love you enter your life in a platonic way, and if they get to you even more than that, then I hope it's enriching whatever the hell happens. I hope that your life is good. Generalized blessing out of nowhere. For someone not believing in much of anything, I sure do believe in the power of just me, just regular ass me, wishing the best for you. Okay, ABD Illustrates is the art style that I am in awe of today. Why does Webtoon feel I don't know, warranted to give me previews about things? This is okay. Everything is completely non-functional on my phone as I try to look for art things that inspire me. All I can do is take another bite of sandwich and try to stop being nervous and about things happening this week. Regular ass me wishing the best on you is the most relatable line I've ever heard. It's nice, perfect. There's guys saying, stay single forever and spend money on anime and traveling. That sounds absolutely perfect, honestly. That sounds completely lovable as an existence. I should love saying, sometimes verbalizing well wishes does more for someone than actual supernatural forces. The aspect in me definitely agrees with this, approves this message. There's hearts being touched, a positivity upon us. The more than half the chat is blue now. This is weird. My. Sorry to switch up the vibes if it's an odd sort of a thing. Whoa. Oh, that's bizarre. Okay, I've been looking inside of a specific webtoon episode for references on poses and anatomy because ABD Illustrates on YouTube, on Webtoon, is super talented. But apparently I only read half the episode, and so when I scrolled through the entire thing trying to find where I was, I gave myself spoilers. How funny. Talking to a wall violator. Oh my. I could undo, I don't know. There's like saying, I don't have any money to spend on anime and traveling. Someone please buy my premium me. Have I finally, there's me as a ball. There's me as a ball. There's me, there's my face, there's me as a ball. So have I finally revealed why you keep repeatedly asking for $4,800 US dollars? It's for anime and traveling? Well, I'm so sorry that I didn't believe in you sooner, because this is quite something. It really is something. I believe in your mission of wanting to go on anime and traveling excursions. Okay, what else am I looking at? I really do feel the urge to have a bit more food. I should love asking what webtoon. It's an adaptation of something I already like that was also here on YouTube. It's an adaptation of Fantasy High, and when I'm reading Fantasy High, as a webcomic, okay, it's incredible for me as a fan, because I don't know if you've ever, like podcasts and things and live action role-playing stuff. Oh, Kaisa, you'll see me at an anime expo one day. Oh, I am about to find out how to print stickers, so I might develop more reasons to be at anime expos, which is exciting. I don't know. It's like a volunteer sort of place. It's like a charitable sort of place where you sort of go in and then you're using their printer, and then you can donate and stuff. So presumably I would want to not use up the communal printer for all time. What the hell was I talking about? I was talking about live action role playing for Fantasy High, which got adapted into a webtoon. I just think it's so wonderful. There's not to devolve into giggles, but my favorite characters are like coming to life on the page, which can't completely happen on a podcast type of deal, and and there's lesbians. There's lesbians in there, but it's like happening in a platonic, wait, no, not platonic. It's not happening as the main plot. There's 6 main characters, so it's difficult for that to happen as the main plot. It starts being the main plot in a second season, but I don't know if the webtoon itself is gonna get a second season. I don't know. It's ongoing. There's 20 episodes, and even though I know how the story goes, I have not resisted the urge to literally pay webtoon coins for it. I don't know if that said anything about Fantasy High webcomic. I don't know if that said anything that you wanted to hear about it, but I definitely said a lot of things there. Hello, my name is Resurrection Saying Fantasy. I webtoon. I've been reading that too. The good stuff, the good stuff. I wasn't sure. Okay, I think in the live action, my favorite character might be Fig. I think it's Fig. It might, and I don't know if this is information from other seasons, but then Riz is like taking more of a main character role, and also it's really funny that they came up with the name before this became slang for charisma. Anyway, have you seen the YouTube series on it? It's multiple hours long, so I don't blame you if you haven't, but but I don't know, it's a point of interest. I should love saying, ironically to me, just saying I'm a romantic spec. I really only read romance, though it does make sense I am living vicariously through. I've kind of disliked most of the adaptations into webtoons of things that aren't originally webtoons. I kind of wonder about that. What has been my favorite adaptation? I made it a lot of the way through Not Even Bones. God, they switched the artist on the second season for Not Even Bones to somebody who also did animatics on YouTube, who did some of the most popular Heather's animatics. I always loved that art style for the Heather's the Musical animatics, and so when everyone was like, oh, you changed the art style, I hate it, it's not scary anymore, I was like, but it looks kind of good though to me. I don't know, I still lost attention span for it, for all the good that does them. Hello, my name is Mr. 6A. I've been meaning to, I'll start now. Ooh, I will say, fair warning, different rating than the webtoon. The webtoon, there's still a surprising amount of deaths. There's still a surprising amount of deaths for hero stories that are typical to webtoon, which makes me really want this to be, I don't know, translated into Korean. That's a weird urge that I've been having. It's just that so many webcomics are translated from Korean to English, that sort of one-way cultural exchange, but this one is like about fantasy tropes, and so there's like already an audience for fantasy tropes over there, and I just want to see, what do you think of this twist on the culture? You brought the webtoon format, you popularized it to us, Koreans, and so what do you think? Now that there's a totally different twist on all of the tropes, you might not even recognize most of it. You wouldn't expect any of your characters to do this. So anyway, I'm very passionate about that, and fair warning, the live play is a different rating, and honestly maybe a little bit more unhinged than the webcomic. They've like cut some things out because some of it, I don't know, some of it, I don't know, I guess I'm just making a face. If I can't find the words for some of it, then I'll just make a face. I don't know. I have a great time with it though. I should love saying, I feel like they shorten it too much with adaptations. Oh yeah, cutting out some of the best parts. I read the entire Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint novel. Might have been in 2020 or 21 or something like that. I read the entire novel, which made me less motivated to try to finish the webcomic. But the webcomic is getting really good, so I've heard. It's getting to the good parts, so I should do that comparison sometime. I say as if it's not gonna take multiple entire weekends. There's Kai saying, I love romance and the idea of it, but my expectations are actually extremely high. That I'd rather be single. I'm assigning you a percussive instrument. Apparently it's cymbals. Alright, I think that's, I haven't asked her about this yet, but I think that has happened, with my childhood best friend. I think she started like watching the Bridgerton and reading the historical novels and playing Love in Deep Space, and she says occasionally, now my standards are too high, and I don't have a crush on her anymore, but sometimes I still want to ask. I mean, what if your standards were just like good enough? What if they were still good enough? What if This, I should love saying, although I desperately want a romance with a cool plot or 50-50 romance to plot ratio, they're also angsty. I can handle drama level angst, but not like depression level. There's guys saying love a deep space mention, I understand. I have been getting videos and people's like fan fiction about it recommended to me, which starts to draw me in a little, but then my friend says something like, been spending money on it, and I'm like, ooh, am I employed? Ooh, am I employed? This kind of things. I should love saying, I think it's better to have high expectations and be single than be in an unfulfilling relationship that doesn't actually improve your quality of life. There is definitely that. There's so many horror stories. In the case of my friend, I'm like, could I convince you to get into something fun for a second? Just for a second, just for like a month to see what it's like. However, I'm aware that that's in itself the plot of a fluffy romance webtoon itself. And so if I utter those words, the responsibility falls upon me, I'm thinking. So sometimes, despite the urge to meddle in people's lives and just see what happens, I don't do it. I'm not gonna do it. I have so much restraint. There's, I should love saying, by the way, since you are a supreme webcomic reader, let me know if you have any recs that fit the 50-50 thing. I've been reading less webcomics lately. I wonder if it's like a twilight of the era, or if I just started binging all of the unofficial ones. Well, indeed, I shall keep that in my mind. 50-50 romance to plot ratio. Ooh, how good are you with politics as the plot? Because I want to say, and I'm so sorry to put something heterosexual on ya. However, I'll save this damned family. Ooh, okay, yeah, it's been going on for a long while. I started reading it out of intrigue that people called it the only respectful and realistic webtoon that involves a bit of a weight loss plot at the start. There's some really disrespectful ones out there. There's some, but this one is like, yeah, she wants to be strong. She's not doing it for the beauty standards. She's here she goes. And then, however, the reason I bring it up in the 50-50 plot romance is because, oh my god, the politics on this are dummy thick, and the clap of their political intrigue is alerting the me. It's plot heavy enough, I want to say, that whenever a character is introduced, you probably should write down their name and what they're doing. I don't know if the strain in my voice is a good recommendation, but it's so good that I don't ever mind rereading it. Like, and I feel like maybe that's a little bit rare. So saying at this point in life, I don't have any expectations. Well, I almost want to tease that I'm forming a polycule, so you better hurry or else I'll snatch up everyone who is out there. You gotta get to someone before I get to him. There's, I love saying friends with benefits, fake practice relationship to lovers, right? There's, I love saying heterosexual is an automatic reject, I fear, just can't relate. Alas, oh my. Nevertheless, I'm glad to have, spoken of it. There's the guy saying, also trying to find plus size love stories that don't end with her getting skinny. It's like trying to search for a needle in a haystack, right? I do really wonder, I'm like aware of Korean beauty standards that go on to the pretty thin side. And so like when I think of I'll Save This Damned Family, a favorite webcomic of mine, and I think of the way that when she like, I don't know, has reached a body size that looks normal to me, and then she like says the number and like says I'm actually okay with not getting any smaller, when there's like that little point in the story, and then I translate the number that she gave out of kilograms, and her slightly heavier size is like exactly me. I'm like, huh, but they drew it in a way where, okay, I feel like if I didn't have a dysmorphia, I can now have questions that could lead to what I feel. I don't know, the self-perception. It is touched upon, and I'm gonna tell you. There's something saying, I don't know, please leave something for me. Oh my, indeed I shall. And what do I look at in this art? I've been simply yapping to the absolute maximum. Can I learn from this art? The ABZ illustrates. Can I learn from it? And also, can I switch brushes into something rougher to fool myself into not being so scared? This one can get rougher. We can turn up the jitter. That's what happens. Oh yeah. As Aisha was saying, I have unfortunately found an unfinished Wattpad series that I'm hyper fixated on. I need to fill the hole and just head over heels. And can we be friends, for those wondering? Unfinished Wattpad series. I really do want to look this up. Head over heels, you say? Head over heels. Wattpad. I feel like all my life, oh no, wait, when I look it up, all of the stories are named that. Okay, wait, never mind. Okay. all of the stories are named that when I look that up. Okay, does it have the parentheses after it? There, I should love saying it's actually so good. The writing is better than many published books I read, other than the fact that the author uses the word uttered way too much. Ooh, I've been trying to write just a little bit more lately. I should utter things more. Get into it. There's hello, my name is Resurrection, saying, am I the only one who likes the ones where the main character is mostly overpowered? When it's well done, those ones can be so tasty. When you've got a really good overpowered main character, ooh baby, that's tasty. I'm not sure if Omniscient Reader counts. Okay, I have like a couple that I like hold up on a bit of a pedestal in my head. Okay, Omniscient Reader depends on how you slice it. The Greatest Estate Developer, I'm not caught up on that. You know what? I'll consider that main character overpowered. Comedic, yes, but overpowered. But maybe it's not ridiculous. I don't know. Oh. is I'm putting those dots together. Oh. I see you're giving that author food for an author, so I mean, authors are fueled by comments. All creatives are a little bit fueled by comments. Are they not? Are we not? Can I really judge you whatsoever? Okay, but yeah, I am thinking of some comments that I've left in some places, and although I want to frame commenting on anything as just a completely positive act 100% of the time, I have also left some unhinged comments. I cannot lie. I mean, I will lie by way of omission because you cannot waterboard some of this out of me, but I don't think that I want you to find the account where I'm specifically commenting on something, debase that old man, because it's a little bit freaking specific anyway. Hi, the brewer. What an interesting time that you've chimed into the stream. Hello, how are you today? You said it's been so long, how are we? Well, there's a breakfast sandwich happening. The food is now more frequently appearing right before the camera. There's a breakfast sandwich happening with Filipino pandesal and just a couple of strawberries in a bag. I'm still remembering topics about food. I believe I'm remembering topics about food. If you got food explorations, explanations happening in your life, one thing about fruit is that recently I've tried to wash grapes in a sugar scrub because I can never quite get them clean enough. I could still taste the dirt, but then when I did it with the sugar scrub, none of the dirt texture was there anymore. And then I don't have to freak out about whether it was edible or not. You asked for an overall score of the sandwich. Well, I must say, slightly biased, but my mother made my sandwich for me because she is so kind and I love her very much, automatically, because it's been made with love. It must increase the rating, I'm afraid. There's not really an objective culinary review that can happen, and also it's my first meal of the day. Very hungry, so hungry as it is. Okay, you're saying it was good, people. I just used vinegar and baking powder. I'll have to compare the two, honestly, because downside of the sugar scrub, even though it was interesting and it was pretty to look at some sparkly little grapes and then wash all of that off, did feel like a waste of sugar straight up. It did. It was probably a waste of sugar. I haven't told the baking members of my house who bake more frequently. I haven't told them that I've done this. Okay, I actually love saying, whatever you will just see that I relate to a bunch of neurodivergent, mentally ill young adults. No surprise there. Oh god, I said something way worse, didn't I? So you say we all have embarrassing comments, you'll never find mine, because the comments I make here might be them. You'll never know. And if you don't admit that you're embarrassed, were you ever really embarrassed? We don't know. And I actually love saying, it's been so long, I don't think I've seen you before, brewer, but hello. Okay, vinegar and baking soda works like a jet, is it? And then I'm trying to remember, does that one do bubbles on it? Does it do bubbly? It feels to me like because grapes are smooth, the dirt is such a fine, clingy layer that I'm curious whether it really works. Oh my goodness, there's karaoke happening. I actually love saying, it's weird having watched this stream longer than anyone else in chat, but having such large gaps in my viewership due to time zones, I have no idea who half the chat is. I mean, hey, is it cheesy or reductive if I say half the chat is a welcome friend? I had the urge to say it. And by half the chat, I mean both halves of the chat, adding up to the entire chat. There's the brewer saying, I mean, if you get the concentration between water and mix it, it should be alright. You do get bubbles, but if you dilute it, it works well. Oh! Straight up, you said vinegar and baking powder. I was gonna put that raw into the bag that I shake up things into. It doesn't have any effect on plastic, does it? I wouldn't think so. There's asking how many Michelin stars do you have, and that's a little bit relevant because in the funny video game about dating all the objects in your house. I am dating the food in the fridge, and its name is Michelin, which I am amused by the puns constantly. Amused by the puns. I was saying I have no idea what that is a reference to, and I'm out of track on the references as also. We worked at a 2-star restaurant, 2 Michelin stars. It goes up to 3, right? Goes up to 3. Way too high standards for you, really. The stories of your life. Oh my, I'm intrigued. I'm interested. The too high standards, huh? It's funny to me to think that a Michelin star was originally to denote that something is worth a stop, worth the drive on your road trip. Because it is from the tire company, the actual company of tires. So too high standards. Sometimes a taco stand gets a Michelin star. What? If you went to one again, to work at one, would you go for one that is more casual, as I assume a taco stand could maybe be? Or do you think that once they get the star, this sort of like on edge, and maybe it creates an environment you don't want to work in? Is asking if are there 5-star Michelin? I don't think so, because there's that one Stray Kids lyric where he's like, I don't know, cook it like a chef of a 5-star Michelin, and then I feel like I saw somebody say it only goes up to 3. Straight up, it only goes up to. I might be misremembering. I might be. I have to know now. We no longer live in the world where I must simply sit with my ignorance. What's the maximum number of Michelin stars? Yeah, please. Okay, the the first page of Google is saying 3. There's saying the mood change that happened when you said the lyrics was so sudden. I love doing a funny little voice. What can I say? Love doing a funny little voice. There's okay. So I had the right information in my head about the 3's. Right information on the first page of Google. I guess these adventures are just all that's on my mind, so I shall continue to speak of my misadventures on the phone. It's been a little bit strange putting like foodie as like a trait that I have on a dating app. Going into this I don't know, hell of meeting people that way for the very first time, and because everyone experiences it so differently. The person that I've met, that I'm trying to meet up with a little bit on Thursday night is really into teas and things like that, and it didn't really occur to me that I can consider myself a food lover and enjoyer, and it didn't really occur to me until I met somebody passionate about it that I'm not really into drinks, beverages, any of them. I should love saying there are 5-star hotels though. Okay, so that happens there, and then 5-star happens on like places like Yelp and I don't know, various review things. There's like in reviewing like this sandwich next to me, very good sandwich, hits the spot exactly. I'd have to rate it across several criteria, like as far as hitting the spot, as far as I am hungry, and this reaffirms my soul and does not repulse me and I don't know, anchors me to the mortal plane. in a very good way. 10 out of 10 on that sandwich. But then, if you start thinking of other contexts, if you let comparison be not the thief of joy, but the mediator of joy, then maybe it's just a 7-star breakfast sandwich. I don't know, it's still incredibly solid. Still incredibly solid. Okay, we get some elbows up in here. Get some of this up in here. Ooh, this grasp of anatomy is so... The thing that I'm referencing, the art that I'm referencing, it's adept enough that I'm actually intimidated. I'm actually intimidated up in here. I just love saying, I wish there was a dating app for friends. I'm sure there's some semi-popular one for Western countries, but I doubt they use them where I live. The one I'm exploring is Bumble. They have a friend mode, but they also have a dating mode. And I keep seeing people that I would love to be friends with, like, on the dating mode. Which I don't know if that's like unfair to them if I go into the DMs and was like, whoa, you need a +1 for like anything except for marriage. You need a +1 for anything. I'm down for that. Okay, there's the guy saying 5 stars won't fill my pockets. Oh my, are you earning points? Are we having a good boy point system? There's okay, and periodically I surely must check this stuff out to see if my settings are correct, and I believe that they are. Okay, referencing some good anatomy over here. But yeah, basically as I try to branch out and meet the people of the world and freak out to my girlfriend over how awkward and half-formed I feel as a person, I guess I'm feeling a sense of adventure. I'm like giving myself affirmations like, you have to remember not to trauma dump on a first date, even if it's all that's on your mind. Even if it's the whole entire thing that's on your mind. Just you have to make it so that it's not on your mind, and then talk about something else. And I don't know, I want to be good to be around. I want to be not somebody's horror story. I just love saying, how unethical would it be for me to download a dating app to basically people watch and see who exists in my vicinity? That was honestly my intention. That was honestly my intention with this one. I don't think it's unethical. Like, just because you put yourself on there doesn't mean that you're like, oh, just you have to start a conversation with anyone. I genuinely, that's what I thought I was doing last Friday, and now I'm checking out the local maker space around me where you can print custom stickers. I am gonna print a custom sticker. It isn't just that a non-binary baddie volunteers there. I am now intrigued by the apparent, I don't know, what is it, neurodivergent riz that draws people together. Okay, how do I do this in all of this? Okay, so here is a little bit of a torso. This is so many years of gestural drawing, absolutely freaking perfected. I was telling my brother as I opened up this Fantasy High episode last night, I'm in awe, because normally when there's a side character in a webcomic or any character that shows off some muscles, it's for fan service reasons, and so the artists go in there, hands quivering with all the body dysmorphia that society has foisted onto them, and And then they build something with webtoon guy proportions. They build something with shoulders the size of a dining table and the head the size of a strawberry. And they're like, he's so sexy. Look at him. And I'm used to seeing that art. And so when something shows up on my screen, a side character that isn't even supposed to be fan service, a side character that's just kind of muscled up in here, and then the proportions are like good and stuff and show an underlying understanding of anatomy, a history with figure drawing. My God, I suppose I am entranced by that figure drawing. I suppose I am entranced by, I don't know. So anyway, this is a really fun pose, therefore I shall attempt to reference it for somebody's art fight. Oh my, you having muscularity. There's talking about the pro-sims for muscles. If I almost feel like it's been conditioned at some point. Nobody I'm dating or looking to date is muscular. And yet one's eyes may witness, one's eyes may pop out. I almost want to say it's like an appreciation of the work somebody put in, but also who can tell if it's that or cultural conditioning. The video game that is on my mind lately, Date Everything, is good for muscular people of all the genders. Of all of the genders. Okay, what proportions are happening here? Because there is a little bend and dance, and then your hand goes mid-torso. Gosh, this is cool. I do admire the artistry. What I'll say. I will say that I admire the artistry. And it's the painful part about trying to learn from something, though. Oh my gosh, you made the beauty standards. Oh my gosh, the beauty standards, they are complete. It's difficult to reference something when it's artwork and not a human person body. Difficult emotionally, because they do so well with it. And then when I'm doing my own art, I cannot help but think, oh no, I am actually desecrating it. I'm actually attempting something, I'm putting something out into the world that is worse than what was got. Alright, let's put your dancing shoes on. Here's your leg. Here's your feet. And by feet, I don't mean feet, I mean feet in a shoe shape. Proportionally, I have so much to learn. I think a couple of times I've actually told myself that I'm going to buckle down and learn anatomy, and then actually gave up a couple of times because I thought to myself, well, what's the point? What's even the point? I don't know. What if I just take a picture of myself and then use it as a photo reference forever and ever and ever? What if I just, instead of progressing to a finish line, what if I tread water? Who's gonna stop me? I'm not really going to be like the great artists that I look up to anyway. We'll defeat this little mindset, you know? You're saying, I think the proportions are great. At first I read that as gratant. But, okay, let me sandwich it up just a little bit more. My dear mom gave me the tools to make this not get so cold. And yet, I have shunned her incredible wisdom. 2 bites on it. It is a little bit funny to see the message. Instead of getting to first place, bros, just trying to get top 10 at the exact moment that YouTube decides to crown you first place. I am in fact quite amused, terribly amused indeed. And okay, how shall this go? A little dehydrated by the Pendazole, a little dehydrated in myself. I look toward the window, and my plants are doing pretty well. I don't know, one of them unexpectedly exploded into mold yet again. However, one of them so big and healthy and thriving. Except now the quite small pot that I've put it in is really too small indeed. And there's... So she's saying, if I'm not first place in everything, I cry. Well, this has been a hilarious meta storytelling by the YouTube auto-assigning numbers to this. Alright, let's have a little bit more of this pose. 1 hour and 11 minutes into a stream. What can I do? Some people's OCs on the art fight are drawn like, I don't know, seductive. They're drawn like, and then the character description sort of says or implies that the artist is also okay with you like matching this energy. I don't know how much is okay, but I don't feel the urge to push it either. Alright, so here is a little bit more of these. We shall have some cool posing. Whoever I put on this base that I am putting together for an art fight. There's somebody shall indeed dance, dare I say, muscularly. Dancing muscularly in the night. Is this what a leg does? How do you make the leg convincing? You make it like tinier to show that it's like fading fading into the distance. Tinier leg. Well, that's what the pose is doing. Oh my god. The pose is doing that. Straight up. Okay, maybe it's a little bit more like down. Maybe it's a little bit more like this. Well, that feels slightly more right, even if it looks slightly less correct, according to the reference. Okay, is this what your feet do? Apparently, I'm now looking for original characters with muscles and a proclivity to dance with a really chunky shoe. Really chunky shoe, really chunky shoe. There's... oh my. Oh my. I'm missing the boss battles, aren't I? If I'm not first place in everything, I cry, and then is it happening? You get your first place crown back? Oh my stars, tears are happening. Why bro's legs so short? He's a short guy. He's a small child. Oh dear. I mean, I do wonder. Okay, so I might have put too much torso on you, but then this one leg is looking correct. Okay, we will slightly reduce the amount of torso. This is what shall happen. Slightly reducing the amount of torso. To some extent, I think probably I am going to be nervous all week because what happened with me and my girlfriend being Tumblr mutuals and meeting that way is that you're starting out as friends. You're starting out from this chill sort of place. The idea of a dating app is torture, is cruel and unusual. You're going to meet someone as a stranger, and then you're gonna decide, ooh, I want you in my life or I don't. What the hell? You're gonna form first impressions based on a first meeting. Like, things that didn't occur to me before are now occurring to me. I don't have that many good outfits, straight up. I want to. I suppose I want to. I might not be hot in person. Kill me, I guess. Okay, there's some art teams happening, perspective happening. It's okay when I look at this. When I look at this little bit from Fantasy High, the legs are doing that, right? The legs are kind of doing that. As you dance with a little rat. My goodness, there's. You're saying you don't get to want someone in your lives; they just spawn there. It's facts. And another thing is that if I get truly into this workshop area where non-binary baddie like volunteers and like works, if I get like truly into that, because it is now intriguing, I'm thinking like, okay, what do I want a sticker of? I've never put a sticker on my laptop, but I kind of want to now, since I'm gonna be there anyway. And the individual in question is going to be like volunteering. I should bring something to do, and I should also maybe bring a 4-pack of Clorox wipes, since I joined the Discord for this place and they need cleaning supplies sometimes, but they got some recently and that's how I found out. I'm overthinking that part. I don't know. Anyway, so you're saying aren't dating apps filled with people that just went to bed? It would seem so. I'm trying to swerve, I'm trying to dodge, but simultaneously I am finding that women don't want me straight up. Which is also interesting. There's my name is Mr. Who says, who said they wish to fuck? More likely they just want to have someone because they're desperate at this point. It is a mix. It would seem to be a mix. On Bumble, at the very least, they have like a category for finding friendships, or at least they did last I checked. I don't know if that's still going actually. They have one for finding friendships, but they also have like tags that you can put on yourself to sort so easily, and the diplomatic way that they put that is looking for casual intimacy. That's diplomatic as hell. That's diplomatic as hell. And so you do get to sort. You do get to sort who you want. But I've told the person that I'm meeting that due to my strange life circumstances, my mother is gonna be 50 feet away from me at all times. Like just kind of trying to keep an eye on me. And I feel like I didn't really realize how strange my life had gotten until like as an adult person, I tried to download a dating app and that's just a part of my life circumstance. I already am a part of somebody's horror story just for that alone. Nothing has even happened yet. I'm already a part of somebody's horror story. Oh my god. They're saying a D&D dice should be the sticker. I kind of wonder. I'm honestly looking into stuff from Disco Elysium. I could get a little Harry. I could get a little Kim. Ooh, volume a little bit louder in my ear. I have the music up slightly louder today. Thinking of my favorite video games. Maybe I have a little Undertale on there. Do I have something for my favorite movies? There's not a lot of merch for K-pop Demon Hunters yet, so what if I put something together? fun. It's fun. There's Sadie's saying, what do you mean horror story? I mean, imagine just the casual context of meeting someone from a dating app. You hope you're both like at a similar stage in life as adults, employed enough, mature enough, going on just a date with a stranger, and then their mom shows up as an adult. I thought about this too hard last night and straight up started sobbing, which is also, again, not the energy I want to bring to meeting someone for the first time. But but I don't know, I'll get somewhere. And by somewhere at this exact moment, I mean art fight. I'm looking on the art fight. I'm looking at people's characters. There's asking what happens when you get a nat 1 on the D&D dice sticker. I don't know. All I can think of lately is video game Date Everything, where you can date the personification of dice, voiced by legendary DM Matthew Mercer. and then when you get a bad ending with the character, if you roll the dice in the object interaction in the actual world, then it only lands on the 1 the whole time. Okay, you're talking about K-pop Demon Hunters. Yes, I keep wanting to make a little tiny theory video or appreciation video or fan art video or fan fiction video, something. It feels like the fandom is moving so fast and I move so slow, but I have to be brave. I've let so many moments pass me by. You're saying, I will admit it once, I simp for Rumi and Zoe. There were straight up moments in the movie where I'm like, okay, I know it's not going in this direction whatsoever. I know it's not possible, but in my heart of hearts, maybe Huntrix is like a little bit of a polycule. Maybe they could all be dating each other. Maybe I appreciate the friendship. I respect the friendship. The friendship is valuable. Friendship is everything. But I'm gonna read a fan fiction or appreciate a comic about all of them in the girl group dating. There's City saying, if my date goes to the date with their moms, it means it got 2-1. And then in that case, it's only horrifying for me. Do not try to get with my mama. She's a sweet lady. And if she has said this before, if you are like stacked, if you're muscular and waxed, she also actually does have a prior agreement with my dad. If either of them meet someone hot enough, then they have like talked about that. They're gonna go for it. But please don't. Please. Oh my god. I'm not even anywhere close to this scenario. And I still must cry out, There's Sasha and Narcy in another universe is what I saw. These thoughts soothe me of the good ships in my head. Okay, I have been collecting people's original characters. Ooh, somebody's zooting on that horn. In these musics. And I want to scroll through everybody's fresh characters for art fight. Okay, can I find just like one character who's like a little bit, who seems like they would kind of dance? Okay, it's like kind of an assumption to assume that somebody would dance. Oh, well, that's kind of interesting. Oh, what? Oh my gosh. Huh, okay. Apparently you can run out of characters of your own that you put on art fight. I didn't know that, but anyway, I clicked onto somebody's art. Whose art is this? by Hopefell. Hopefell, it would seem. Some interesting original characters, looking fun out here. It only gave me the headshot. I'm hoping for Anthro. I'm hoping to use these legs. I don't know. This one is so cute. Okay, do I have enough creatures? Oh, can be drawn Anthro in the character permissions. Huh. Oh, they were hoping for edgy art. Well, I have reference images of a cat hugging a little shark plushie with the expression of utter joy on its face. Let's bring up that reference image really quick. Expression of utter joy. And so that's the first thing that I think of when I try to put something. Whoa, hello to you, Leviathan. Hello. Hope you're doing all right today. I hope you're feeling okay. It's the summer's passing fast, isn't it? I hope everything's right. And then there's yeah. Okay, you're saying, my God, I mean a 2x1 for a dinner for the amusement park. None of that is intuitive. Utopian. None of that is intuitive. Let me tell you right now, none of that is intuitive. I did not intuit any of that. There's the Leviathan working on a new persona. Oh my. Well, how very apt for this discussion of various original characters. There's saying you should draw a rabbit and a shark had a child. Bunny shark having a child. Ooh, yeah, this could be freaky. This could be freaky in a good way. Let's look up a bunny rabbit. Let's look up a bunny rabbit. And then I want to give it the mouth of a shark. What happens if they had a child? What happens? Ooh. Now I'm looking at some that are quite strange to begin with. There's... Okay, wait. You got the first beta design down today? You'll drop it in. I want to see your designs indeed. How shall it happen? Oh my. Most interesting. For a moment I thought someone was saying whoa to this. I'm looking with utmost interest. Oh my! Wait, the various types of cables as sort of a tail. Oh my! Now this is quite interesting. Is this like in the same continuity? Fish under the bed. Is this also developing from this one? These do seem like different characters to me. Like this one seems all cohesive and stuff, and then this one seems to have more of a edgy vibe. What's the deal? What's the deets? If you feel like talking about it, I feel like hearing about it. What's good? Okay, they are different. Okay. This fills me with joy to know that both of them shall exist separately. Oh my. Pretty cool stuff. The TV heads. It fascinates me indeed. Oh my. A shark with the bunny ears and the buck teeth. Now that's adorable. I was gonna do something. I was gonna do like freaked up alternative anatomy. Okay, go like this. Go like a slanted sort of corners of your eye. Like this. Yeah, sometimes bunnies, as prey animals, have this real haunted look in their eyes. This one has a spot that I'm referencing. Go like this, go like this, go like this, go like this, go like this. And the back of your head, and then what I want to see is a shark's mouth. Shark mouth, dare I say? Wow, detailed indeed. Okay, so a little bit of your bunniness goes out over it, and then a little bit of this goes out over it. Yep, and you get a little view of gums, and then you get a big view of very pointy teeth. Well, okay, nothing about the shape that I've just formed seems particularly shark-like. But, the heart was there. Okay, you're saying the previous one was a pizza tower inspired enemy. This one I'm trying to make a glitch. Glitch characters are quite fun indeed. This is looking most interesting. Is there are they in the same setting or different setting, or does it not come with the story background? What's going on? I shall remain most intrigued. Okay, what is this? Go like this. And well, what an appropriate time for the spookier Night in the Woods music to come on. There's Hijinks Arcade saying thanks for the Toad Gray stuff. I hope it's turned out okay, Toad K. I'm not quite sure if that shall be the last commission I shall do. I'm considering that. There's talk of the television, having some ideas. Oh, ideas for a story. Okay, well, I shall keep an eye on whatever it is you are developing with utmost intrigue. There's talking about the bunny jaw got unhinged. This is indeed my first thought. It is a little bit funny how I've made the one that is mostly bunny look a little bit less innocent than the one that's mostly shark right next to it, as I have tried to combine these two ideas. There's you're firing nicknames back and forth, are ya? Firing. Oh my, quite the sneeze happening. I am very happy whenever I eat a bit of sandwich and am reminded of the interesting and wonderful creativity in the world. Look at that. I feel like glitch characters fascinate me, but I've never tried to design one before. Wow. Whoa. Oh. I do suppose that a really toothed up bunny could be a pretty good sleep paralysis demon. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to have a cohesive thought, but my mouth is completely full of sandwich. Okay. I really very much do want to find somebody's original character that I think looks like they could dance, or at least doesn't seem outside the realm of dancing. Finding some muscular she/hers with the hair. Hello. Now that's some fun description. There's on Artfight, when people offer up their original characters, they list what permissions, how you are allowed to draw them, what they prefer and stuff. This is going very cute up in here, if I may say. This is going extremely cute on the YouTube User art style. Oh my gosh. Someone's permissions have specified: change my OC's clothing, make them into a furry, hit them with the transgender beam, please, please, please. I do not care as long as it's respectful. And try some eye strain. That is so fun. That's so terribly fun. Huh. Well, okay. What can I do for this character? I wasn't sure if the first character that I drew for would be a friendly fire sort of thing. Oh my goodness, watch out, little shark. Watch out, little shark. Gamers are trying to eat you. Let's draw a little self-sona for a second there. A little like this. in the headphones. Gamers are trying to eat a shark. That is also a bunny. How very horrifying, how very interesting. There's the Leviathan Filet talking about FNAF. The guy talking about ASMR stream when day 500 asking. I think... Okay, it's very likely that the total amount of days wherein my streams have existed, I do think it's more than 500. The stream we're on, however, I think this one is 270-ish. I think I've been counting the gamer streams as a different thing. This one I think is 270-ish. What does it mean for ASMR? What does it mean for ASMR? Don't forget that you have to make a mukbang ASMR stream wearing a full suit and top hat. I did out of curiosity to see if anything changed for me. I did look up some ASMR to see what it does, to see what it do. People have plot lines now, or they have for a while, but I'm just now aware of it. I found one. The first one that was suggested to me when I looked up ASMR was a big 1930s star, I don't know, having some kind of dramatic, I don't know, plotline with you. YouTube decided to put that one at the top of the list for me. Something about me says 1930s. Hello to Nerdburp, hello. There's Leviathan Filet saying ASMR is an acronym for acidic, somewhat militaristic Reese's Puffs. On the one hand, no. On the other hand, yes, because I cannot think of anything better to put in that category. Let us now directly acknowledge a Nerdburp's existence, or DANE for short. Let us now directly acknowledge a Nerdburp's existence. Alright, let's go like this. And we can be zooming in. You're saying soft-spoken ASMR better than whispering. ASMR stands for Amazing Systematic Multi-Shot Ray Gun. Ooh, I'm still gonna put the Leviathan Filet one in the number one spot, but I do now deeply crave having an amazing, specifically amazing, systematic multi-shot ray gun. I wish to own or obtain one of those. In the shop where I'm gonna be going, where anyone can make things. People are making their own like PC builds and like printing their own banners and stuff. And there's a laser cutter. This is a very exciting place to go. I would not have found it if the person that I've met on this dating app did not I don't know, volunteer there, but it is very interesting. And there's City saying, billionaire, rich MC, eat your food reserves. ASMR roleplay. Well, look, I mean, reading that, YouTube uses something, maybe you are a genius. Maybe you are a genius. Oh wow, now that I zoom in, I can sort of see a little Roblox avatar. Let's turn you into a table. You will be a table. This is the direction that I'm taking the art table. Go like this. There's an E part 2. My goodness. So here's a table. And YouTube users should certainly go into making ASMR videos because you obviously know what the people want. Okay, does this do perspective? It really depends. It seems a little bit perspective. I've made you into a table, and now a little goldfish rests on top of this table. Oh my. tried to stop me in my dastardly ways. But you've been goldfished. Goldfished indeed, Leviathan is saying. If Finland had Reese's in every store, they'd probably taken over the country by now. Well, that's most interesting. You're asking if you can eat the goldfish. A table that eats a goldfish? This is very scary. You can do whatever you want to the goldfish, I suppose, but I will be scared and also skeptical. Oh, how worrisome, how nervous. Illuminator is saying, can someone tell me why some people don't like sour things? Ooh, I don't mind them. I don't mind them that much. But sometimes they have hurt my entire face and head. Sometimes they have hurt my entire face and head. So, I suppose that I will assume if somebody doesn't like sour things, it's because it physically hurts. Okay. I think this character's hair, by Ochil on, Art Fight, I think this character's hair is supposed to be viewed two-dimensionally always, like Mickey Mouse's ears. So this is a fun experiment to try to do at this view, at this perspective. I don't know if I'm getting it quite. Okay, it's mostly from the front. Mostly from the front. There's Leviathan Fillet saying, Reese's Puffs are evil, that's my theory. Oh my goodness. I totally thought that you brought them up out of, I don't know, love for them or something. This is this hate? Is this antagonistic? Or is this kind of a enemies to lovers with the Reese's Puffs? Alright, I am resizing things that are on the canvas. Let's go like this. And then there's... You say you're goldfishing the chat shadow? Don't goldfish me or I'll mollify you, but you already made me balls. You already made me balls. What else can happen now? I don't know if I want to be balls. I already think my face is round. But what if my face could roll away? You are kidding me. You are surely kidding me. I don't know how anyone can stand the thought of this being ballified. There's the saying, okay, so it doesn't spicy though, guys, and how dare you give people free range with that innocent goldfish? You know how people are. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Is it okay if can the goldfish sign a consent form? Oh no, lawyers are turning against me. Oh, I can never win the fight. I can never win the fight. But look, there's only been more water around this really strange looking goldfish. Really strange looking goldfish indeed. Are we being scared of the people next to us? Oh my. What a fun turn. What a fun and spooky turn. Okay, so let's attempt to draw this character. Some very spiky hair is happening. This is just fun as hell, my god. Extremely spiky hair. It is so spiky that it's a little bit difficult to conceive of getting this right proportionally. This is definitely a tough one. Difficult to do this. Okay, is that enough spikes in the hair? Or do we want one more down here? Yeah, okay. It's less of a hair and more of a shock to your system. That's most interesting to me. I've been trying to collect people's original characters to try to do the point of Art Fight, which is, I don't know. Okay, yes, drawing characters, but also you win points for your team. There's that element going on. So it is funny to me that the first one that I'm committing to on this very stream, is on the same team as me, and therefore I shall get little to no points about it. Well, you just have to prove every now and then that you're in it for the love of the game. The love of the game, indeed. Okay, go like this. Are both of the eyebrows slitted? Hardcore up ahead. Oh my. Fun ass design, I swear to everything. Man, okay, it says the description says not to whitewash the characters, and I would never. However, I'm having trouble telling what the colors are actually. Okay, I think just because I'm a simple person, I'm going to just take the exaggerated pink sort of neon color scheme. I'm gonna take that precisely. Alright. Double slitted eyebrows, thick as hell. Get right onto my canvas. God, this is cool. That's another joy of art fight that I didn't get to fully explore last year. Just appreciating what people do with character design, appreciating in the thoughtful, purposeful way of attempting to replicate it yourself. Alright. There's something saying, I should make you acknowledge that you gave me access to your top secret blog, where you blog questionable weight measures, and your bald pictures are there. I can truly baldify you. I can turn you into a bowling. Spoken like somebody who's gonna roll my head down an alley, knock down a bunch of pins, and yell strike. Oh my. There's a Python saying, I've been obsessed with the Deltarune OST as of recent. Oh my. I've been saying oh my too recently too much too as well, it would seem. But are there some excellent new tracks for chapters 3 and 4? I think as much as a steady trickle of spoilers is creeping in on me for Deltarune, I think that I haven't been spoiled on any of the soundtrack if there's new offerings. Wow, I don't remember this one in Night in the Woods. Fun stuff. It's really there though. You're saying that its TV time is so freaking good, especially the ending. I'm most intrigued. I'm completely intrigued. Alright. Mimicking this art style somewhat. Put it right over here. Mimicking just a little bit, but not fully. There's a really awesome nose happening. And I'm not sure if that's like decorative cat whiskers or a little bit of a beard. Could be either way. And put some flat eyes on this. Is this not just the coolest? Don't even answer that it's not, because it is. This is, in fact, the coolest. I'm appreciating somebody's original character so very much right now. There's you're saying, oh dear. There's the hell my name is Resurrected saying, if you leak private information of Shadow without her consent, then there will be a trial. Then it'll get you put behind bars like watch yourself. Oh dear. Oh my. I guess to be fair, the blog is only partially top secret. I made it a little bit more top secret after I blocked it from being accessed on the Google search results, but like it's still public. It's still public to be looked at. It's still a thing. You can make a blog entirely private. That's what happens on the Tumblr. Alright, put your eyeball like here. And I do wonder about doing cool things with the eyes. Where shall the eyes go? In my reference image, the eyes are closed. So where I put these little pupils is up to me. Go like that. Na, 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 na. There's Leviathan Fillet saying the character the song TV Time belongs to is my favorite character in the whole damn game. I was seeing some favoritism amidst the fandom, some excitement. My girlfriend is hyping me up so very much to play the latest chapters, and I do have them. The purchase is acquired. All right, here's an interesting design of lips. Jeez, I love this. I'm almost here. Like, wow, maybe I should follow this artist on the various social medias if they are anywhere. Wow. You keep saying Asgore runs over a deer in chapter 5. Okay, you're saying it's a meme, does not relate to the plot anyway. Okay, because I keep seeing that getting memed on. Okay, I want to know. I do want to know. There's actually saying, hey, I'm not doing anything illegal. Those photos have been shared in streams. I just have access to the high quality copies of my bald head, of my bald scalp where I'm bald. Yeah, I guess that's true. I did give you the link to my secret blog at one point. You're saying it's so filled with reblogs of various uninteresting topics. Excuse me. I think you mean reblogs of various extremely interesting, absolutely attention-capturing topics. Do you miss the fact the parts where I have high-quality deluge of fan art from, I don't know, Dimension 20's Fantasy Eye? Do you miss these things? You scrolled down out of curiosity, but it didn't pay off. Didn't get the social security number. Alas. My mom keeps encouraging me to memorize my social security number, and I don't know if I have yet, but I think I'm almost to the point where I could involuntarily say it at any point, which is probably good for memorization. Alright, we get a little pause. Oh, this one's called Douchebag Tune. This one's called Douchebag Tune indeed. Runs over this with lyrics, oh my. I don't know what a... Oh my god. I don't know what a des is yet. I don't know what a des is yet. So this is my sole introduction to this. Oh my god. Yeah, okay, that's perfect. Yeah, okay, I don't need anything else. I don't require anything else. I get a little bite of my breakfast sandwich, and I have an extremely happy life. Wow. Oh. This was extremely top quality. Holy heck. How incredibly amusing that the lawyering should ramp up. I don't know if it's advisable to say this in a court of law, or if we're even in a court of law, but, get their ass. Oh, get that ass. The things that I can say to a lawyer that's doing a really good job of defending me, get their ass. Leviathan Fillet saying, this has been talked about a bit in chapter 2, nothing related to the actual plot. I'm quite interesting. Child lawyer, if you keep threatening me with your laws, I'll qualify you. Now this would be an amusing escalation. Turning someone into a ball. I don't endorse that whatsoever. No matter how much I grin maniacally. Okay. There's, 7 minutes left in the stream? I don't know. I could go to a round part of the hour. What is this skull shaped like? It's a little bit like this, but a little bit angular. a little bit, okay, a little bit roundish, either round or angular. There's two types of Yuri in this world, round or angular. Alright, go like this. This matches the vibe of the ear a little better. And then there is like a little bit of this for the side of the hair. And a little bit of this. Have I shaped the face to satisfaction? It's a little bit tough to tell. I cannot quite tell indeed. Yes. Oh dear. I do love seeing a sort of Team Rocket-like escalation of terror and lawyering over there. Yeah, wow. Now I would never endorse brawling to the death. No, I would never. No, not in the slightest, and not in front of a lawyer. Not endorse brawling to the death. But, oh my god, do you see that? Brawling to the death? Whoa, I've certainly seen someone brawling to the death. How interesting. There's saying Charles my client and also adopt your parent, so I will use as many laws as I need to sue you. Instead of giving you little baby blocks as a little baby, I gave you laws. One law in every hand. Now that's the proper way to have an upbringing. Every day I'll speak on that some more. Every day. Alright, let's have some slit in the eyebrows to get extremely cool with it. Extremely cool with it indeed. And then the body on the original character is kind of built, which does, I know we parodied it earlier, but this does mean proportionally smaller head. It's not, as the Vine says, so no head. It's not that whatsoever. Just a smaller head, as we can see. You're actually Saul Goodman. I should keep watching Breaking Bad sometimes. I keep taking weird little breaks from it. But I was like just about to be on the season 4 finale, and then presumably like after all of it, then I go into Saul Goodman, Better Call Saul. What an amusing little character. He is quite a delight. How smarmy and and out of there's Hijinks Arcade saying, may I suggest a song for the stream? I'm particularly open to a chill sort of selection if you've got any. A little bit chill, but yeah, sure. Let's play whatever you got. Let's play whatever you got indeed. And there's talking about how Breaking Bad is peak fiction. The more time passes, ball. Not to sound like a distracted dog on you for a moment, but the more time passes, the more I'm like, okay, I know I'm trying to get my life together, but maybe what I should try to get is to the end of Breaking Bad. Maybe, okay, I've put off cleaning my room 2 days in a row, but maybe if I were to put it off to specifically watch Breaking Bad, maybe that's worth it because of how it's peak fiction. You're saying the season 4 finale is peak. Oh, what can I say? I've paused right before it, partially because maybe I'm a little bit worried. A top 3 episode in the whole series. I'm excited. I'm jazzed. And like knowing that, okay, sometimes when I know something is good, it sets my expectations really high, and then emotionally I'm not ready for whatever it is as good as it can get. Somehow I trust that with Breaking Bad, I don't think I can be disappointed. I think I'm gonna go for a ride. I think it's gonna be fascinating and strange. I think it's gonna hurt in interesting ways. I think my time's gonna be better for it. And there's oh dear. Well, now that we see... Okay, so you're a ball now. You're the ball now. Like, Riz Fantasy High. You're the ball now. Now that you've seen how it's done, is it a threat or is it like a soothing little ball massage? Why did I could have chosen different phrasing. I could have chosen a different phrasing. How is it now that it's happened? Because it was sort of abstract before, but now it's totally working. All right. There's been nerd burp happenings, and a little stick figure shall in fact dance with you. Okay, there's the hijinks arcade saying, "You said chill. This one isn't really, but it's not too intense, I think." And then we can dance with a little party hat and a big smile. This is what we want from dancing. Oh my, are you screaming big style? Oh my, is it because I put somebody dancing on you? My apologies. My apologies. Oh dear. This anxiety, don't sleep or I'll put Annabelle in your room. Take your blood. Sink the hellhounds. Sink the hellhounds on you and sell your soul to the devil. God damn. I'm imagining a straight up lawyer saying that apropos of nothing. After a very professional run. That would be funny as hell for a lawyer to say. My god. Okay, some suggestions are happening. More so than Asgore runs over death with lyrics. Oh my. Some spooky horror OST. We take a pause from the quite wonderful Night in the Woods. Actually, I think I shall go 10 more minutes than usual on streams that I usually end at 2 hours. Therefore, I shall just let this one keep going for a bit, letting that one keep going. Okay, so you are encountering some kind of roleplay hypothetical bombs. Let us click both of these links and see how these sounds and soundtracks may load. Very intense, sort of spooky sort of things. And hopefully that makes it load, because I can't tell if that makes it low. Is it low-key one of the best Night in the Woods songs? Oh my. And so short too. So here we are. Here we go. Are you fighting each other on an intense religious stage now? How did you both drop to number 2 now that you're having a battle between the god and also the devil? Oh, this is kind of boppin'. This is boppin'. We need a judge and a jury. And the implied executioner. Could it be true? Could it be true? Alright, here is this character is a fine lady that I'm trying to draw someone else's original character for art fight. I've been using a YouTube mix to keep my phone on. However, it started playing Imagine Dragons, specifically a lyric video, so I looked down at my phone and homie is sweating his rust. Can't believe him. Can't believe that for him. Okay, what does this, go like this, and go like this. I want to feel more normal about it, but going on a date on Thursday is gonna be making me nervous for the entire week, isn't it? I really thought that I downloaded the dating app just to look. Okay, so here is a little bit of a neck happening. Gosh, this is cool. This is a cool soundtrack. I'm full of cool emotions. It is replacing my worried emotions slightly. And then there's Oh my. The court has been reshuffled, rearranged, and you're saying God does not exist in the court of law, only facts and acts of justice. Okay, Bars. Okay, Bars, though. Okay, Bars. I've been randomly selected for jury duty. For my lawyer and the random hobo that my lawyer has decided to fight with their teeth. Oh, God. Yeah, I'll be there. Yeah, that sounds awesome. I wouldn't miss it. Yeah. You don't have to randomly select me for shit. I'll just show up straight up. There's Hijinks Arcade saying, dating app, are you and your GF still a thing? She's cheering me on, and we're trying to form a little polycule thing, and that's kind of remarkable luck that one of the first peoples that I found when I opened the app was just my type, and also in the description and everything, like polyamorous. That's frankly incredible luck. Some people go for like a long time. They're saying, "Show us the poly." Very cool. Somehow I feel like it doesn't feel real until it happens. Although I felt like that for a while about, what is it, bisexuality a while. Was about to say, does Charo is the poly? Yeah, it's on the one hand, like, exciting. On the other hand, there's so much that I haven't done. There's so much about, I don't know, dating culture and dating apps that you straight up skip. From just starting to date, Tumblr mutual girlfriend. There's so much. I like being Tumblr mutuals with Valerie. It's like you don't have very much to be embarrassed about whatsoever. Okay, and then does this face match this? Okay, I don't know. There's not much to figure out in 5 minutes, but I think the nose might be slightly upturned from this angle. Can't quite tell. There's so much that you skip about dating apps from just starting to date somebody who was a friend. Just like putting your best foot forward, meeting a stranger. But how horrifyingly unnatural it would seem. And yet how interesting, I suppose. I must take a positive bent to it. I skipped all the worries that I would have with someone in person, where my entire mother shows up to the date as to her adult daughter's date, to when I'm meeting another adult person, my entire mother being there. I skipped that because I met Valerie online, and now that I'm like, I don't know, facing the potential of seeing people's in person, I guess I'm horrified at the thought that all the ways that I am incredibly broken and abnormal are going to be completely visible to a stranger. I mean, part of that is a mindset thing. If you can just pass all of the Disco Elysium red checks that exist within your actual physical meat life, and manage to not trauma dump on a first date at all, then oh baby, you're so golden. You are good. You're Gucci. But the I can feel the possibility being there. The possibility that I might be so self-conscious that I don't know, impulsively start to trauma dump in the slightest. I can be strong. I cannot do it. There's some chill things, some great conjoinment mindsets. great conjoinment in the polyamory. There's saying we need a judge. So who should be the judge? And we need at least 2 people for the jury. Oh my. I got to go to jury duty once before. It was pretty heavy, honestly. And then you have to sit in the courtroom all day and your ass hurt. And then I was like a spare juror that they had on hand just in case one of the other jurors quit or something. And so my decision wasn't even a part of it. They just had me as a spare. That was I don't know, it was interesting though, it was memorable. I guess I would go again. It's in the judge's guide. The last time you tried that technique did not end well. There's hijink saying, wait, an entire mother, and asking if I have multiple songs open. I don't think. What the hell? Huh. Well, funnily enough, that sounded... The motifs were similar enough that I did think that was happening on purpose. Huh. Should I restart this one for full appreciation? Wow. Wow. Well, there's an entire mother as opposed to a half or a distant mother. I don't know. She might wait outside in the car. My mommy in the car watching the building on my first, I don't know, full adult date with a stranger. Every time I think of it and say it, it does kill me inside a little bit. It does kill me inside a little bit. Wow, that was. I'm sorry for the full entire 2 minutes. And there's crowns being stolen. And also, what are these crowns about? I did not start the crowns. Although I do kind of wonder if I can stop them. How is that? How can that happen? Well, okay, I'm not seeing the option. I'm not immediately seeing the option to... Oh, they did put Kai at number 3. Well, how very interesting. How very interesting indeed. The guy has gone away for a bit, but the crown is still there. Okay. I guess they're causing you to earn XP. This is a very recent development, quite shocking. It's been within the month, I want to say, within the past couple of weeks. Yeah, that was a choice on YouTube's part. They wish to encourage engagement. Little do they know, this is just one singular, funky little art style. Art style? Art club. Sure, we're stylish though. We are stylish in the art club. Anyone else want to be stylish with me? And there's... saying, yeah, this song isn't supposed to be so hectic. The chill vibes. I don't know, I guess as this stuff bounces around in the back of my head, like thoughts such as, is it even fair to other people if I go on a dating app, as fun as it seems to be, as much as my girlfriend and I get a kick out of, I don't know, attempting some polyamories. Is it even fair to try to date people when I don't drive myself places or go places on my own or leave the house because that's normal for me because it worries my mom if I leave the house? Is that even fair? It feels like people are looking for, I don't know, serious encounters and my freak family dynamics are giving me fetus behavior. Oh my, you've been kicked out of the YouTubes. Oh dear. Coming for the crown. Is somebody coming for the crown? Well, I do suppose that that if I read out loud every single one of your messages, they shall surely be relayed in full to the chat. I mean, it's I am also attempting to wind down the stream in some capacity. Let's go like this. let's go like this. And then what happens anatomy-wise? There's some cool bandages. The reference image for this art was a male character, but okay, I think it goes like this. Every day I don't learn anatomy and I walk in here and I guess. Okay, I am now narrating a big pensive face from the YouTube users league to the chat. There's Hijinks Arcade saying, good luck with the date, hope things work out okay with this other person. Thanks. Despite how nervous I'm getting about thinking of myself as a deficient, half-formed freak of a human being with no social skills due to my upbringing, as much as that gets to me, I have to remind myself that it's not that serious. Who would think that it's that serious on one little thing from a dating app? Okay, what does the arm look like? And hello to Magdella. Hello, good to see ya. Glad you could stop by. There's Nerdburp with a big scream. Is what you say. Oh my, most interesting. What's new with you, Magdella? I've been talking about how nervous I am to go on a really casual date with a non-binary baddie that I met on a dating app polyamorously, because my girlfriend is also cheering me on at this local creatives workshop makerspace where they have like a laser cutter and a place where you can print your own stickers. So I'm gonna I am going there and I am going to be nervous, but I'm also gonna try to like print some Disco Elysium stickers for my laptop, and it seems like a cool place to be despite the element of feeling, I don't know, really deficient about myself before a date. I've been yapping about that for more than anybody wants to hear. So I wish to know what else goes on in the world. What's new with you? What's happening with you, Magdella? I'm something other than my own spiral into nervousness has to be happening out there. I hope you're well. There's talk of popping in at the last minute. You are not a freak, guys. I should be more than this. There's somebody who is back, already back. Oh my, and a snatch has happened with the crown. What goes on in this top fans sort of thing? Oh, tied for 225. What does any of that even mean? I don't even know. There's a welcome back, Pixie. Glad you enjoyed the music. Also, very much liking the Look Outside OST. Oh my gosh, very cool, very interesting. And I'm attempting to study this pretty good flowing anatomy. However, I don't quite know. Maybe I should just maybe okay, this person on ArtFight said it's okay to hit the original characters with the transgenderification beam. And you know me, I'm always a proponent of hitting people with the transgenderification beam. They're always saying stuff like yippee afterwards. Woohoo! Beam me. And I just think that's a great positive thing to bring into the world. Alright, what is this? A little bit of leg. But should I commit to the beam if the reason is that I don't know how to draw a booby in this pose? Because I haven't really learned how to do many anatomy things in drawing. And so the mysteries are there. Staying away from the crown. And then there's Magdella saying you're literally one of the best creators I know, and I'm sure you can score the match. I'm now filled with determination to be less of a freak. Like in a good way, like it's good to be a freak when you're being true to yourself and true to your interests. The type that I don't want to be is like is like trauma dumping to people that I've just met, and I'm okay. I'm fortified. I'm fortified. I'm call me Forte the way I'm fied. It's okay. It's there. It's happening. There's literally saying my internet died. The Wi-Fi disappeared. You entered a Faraday cage. There's actually saying sure you're gonna do great with the romance, and also things like don't work out on the dating apps famously for any reason, for absolutely any reason, and so it's and so I gotta stay so chill. I just gotta stay so chill. There's Magdalena saying just came back from the hospital, missed the stream, SMH. Well, I mean, whoa though. Hope you're doing okay. I hope you're healthy as can be, or if you don't wish to speak of it, then I hope the rest of your day shall be nice. And there's hello, my name is Richard saying my profile in that ballification is staring at that character's ass. Well, you're gonna have a front row seat to whatever transgenderification or not transgenderification goes on here. It's gonna be real fascinating. You're gonna see all the science. Jesse, we need to cook estrogen. There's saying Jaro can pull that baddie even in her social anxiety. If you can't pull her, then she wasn't good enough for you anyway. The spirit shall be. Willie. Thank you. I could feel more confident and less nervous. I can construct a version of my mindset that is full of so many confidence and so little nervous. You know what? I think it's gonna be a cool time. And also the stakes are up in a good way because they volunteer at the shop where you print your own stickers, but it's completely volunteer led. And I've thought about what if I want to make an exoskeleton for my scoliosis before. They have like the materials and specialized equipment at this place to do that. So the stakes are kind of up for that because I wish to first of all go to this place, second of all return to this place because I feel like it's genuinely a cool place to be that I have heard about through this person who was on dating app, but now I'm just interested in where one is volunteering at. And there's City saying, Jaro, you saying get Netflix and chill. I can transfer you some of my aura genes. Honestly, due to the strange caveat of whatever I do in public, my mom is going to be 50 feet away from me at all times, I'm probably not gonna Netflix and chill. But I should ask, because I'm so very into movies and TVs and cartoons and fictional worlds, I should totally ask what Netflixes are there, saying the stakes are so high you can kill a vampire. You're sending me the charismas. There's Magdala who got in an accident and just got out. Nothing too horrible though. Whoa, okay. I hope that it stays that way. Best of luck in all things health. Best of luck in all things health. There's Hijinks Arcade saying if you want a chill song, well, I suppose we're here in some overtime anyhow. Some most interesting overtime. Yeah, let's see some apartment safe room themes. Was that an organ in there? Jar with an exoskeleton. What happened in my absence? The non-binary baddie works/volunteers at a shop where you can do laser cutting and soldering on metal and also wood and things, all of which seems like it doesn't fully connect to my idea of making an exoskeleton for my scoliosis to help me sit up straight at all times very comfortably. It doesn't completely connect to that because I think I should learn to sew first and then maybe also learn 3D modeling. They have a 3D printer at the place. I'm jazzed. I'm excited. I have thought that I would 3D print a better brace. So basically, in any case, however weird or hopefully not weird I behave on this first encounter, I will have to, I do want to return to the place where this person volunteers. And then they're saying might want to stop the other playlist because it automatically started playing next songs. And then there's these. Okay, it is paused. It is stopped, right? Let's close out of Asgore runs over Des. The first thing suggested to me there is various Undertale AUs. How fun. There's what he's saying, but you need an engineer for that, and a doctor, and some kind of permit. Well, I mean, the last time I saw the doctor is about my, scoliosis, and this would just be something that holds me still, holds my own body in place, just like maximum posture. How much taller did I get from doing my maximum posture? Yeah, like the neck doesn't move, rest of the spine doesn't move, and technically, if they do the surgery like they recommend and skin me like a fish and put some metal rods on my spine, technically that also stops me from moving. But if I've even heard one story of the rods that get put into your spine, like needing readjustment, shifting over the years, if I even hear one story of that, then and then you need like another surgery to correct it, I mean, shouldn't I just keep the stuff on the outside where it's easy to correct? And then there's saying, be for real, though, because of my scoliosis, I look like Gollum. Oh my. Squad, dare I say fam, dare I say oof. But yeah, I guess I do dream of an exoskeleton that I would take to the airport and stuff, and then I would be the most comfortable person on long flights. You heard of all the people wearing compression stockings on an airplane or something? Well, now when I go across the country to see my girlfriend, then I'll be in a whole exoskeleton, not just compression stockings. I'm gonna pop out of that plane, not even jet lagged a little, perfectly energized because my body was in the right position. And I feel like I don't need a doctor for that. Like if I were to, I don't know, like attach it to myself, as opposed to just wearing it like a garment. If I were to attach it to myself, then that would probably be advisable with a doctor. Okay, there's a little bit of the abs going on here. And however, it's just gonna be so cool. Alright, hip bones are not so visible. And one piece of this is like this. The other piece of it seems a bit like a skirt. It does seem a bit like a skirt, but it could simply be a very interesting belt. I don't quite know. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4. 4 interesting things are happening on this belt. There's sorry, my bad. So you're gonna be like Iron Man. Holy shit! You're gonna be the first cyborg by the end of this week. Okay, end of the week is a long process, but you know what the hell? I am not without hope that if I were to undertake this and maybe, like, I don't know, document the process, the channel could get a hell of a lot more interesting. That could be, I don't know if I'm gonna be Iron Man by the end of the week, but if I go there, it could be cool. Let's talk of printing sticker. Yeah, this day has been interesting. Anyway, can you make me an exoskeleton? Well, I mean, I will have to take a lot of the exoskeletoning into my own hands. But they do teach soldering. Daddy, I'm trying to teach you some soldering. Talking about the scoliosis mafia, we all look like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. I mean, it's a French spelling. It's easy to get incorrect. Alright, what other accessories do I want to try to map out before we're here? There's some interesting bandages that happen as a, what is this, fashion statement? I don't know, but it's certainly all wrapped up, and that is the entirety of your shirt, of your top, the entirety of it. One interesting strap, and you can move and you can dance, and then I do believe I shall end this at the what is it, 2.5 hours mark, because it has been most interesting seeing everyone. There's Susie saying, I don't have the skull, I just have a bad posture. Oh my. There's Magdala saying, just imagine that they made an exoskeleton for a human body, and they stretch it backward to fold you in half for a 1500s torture method. Bah. Like for I want to say 70% of that would feel really good though. It's the last percent that really gets you, but the first 70% of that's gonna be just an ordinary, really good stretch. And then some very interesting pants are happening. Some huge pants, dare I say. I have quite liked drawing characters with huge pants. Here we go. I don't think I scribbled the fit right just then, but this shall be all for now. I shall try to keep not worrying in the rest of my day. I'm designing the new JoJo protagonist. Oh, this is actually, I should say it again before the stream ends. Okay, so the username on Artfight, OCHHIOL. This is the character of that person that I have been trying to draw for the Artfight contest. And it's really cool up in here. It's straight up really cool. This lady saying, oh, you end like those armor experiments the bad guy from Iron Man 2 did, the ones that appeared in that one scene here. I don't know why I remember that. No. It's gonna end up cool. It's gonna be fashionable even. It's gonna be fashionable even, trendsetting. They're saying, I send you off with the most charm, confidence. Good luck with your new fight. It's much appreciated. Have a good rest of your day.